If you are watching for the first time, please subscribe, share and like. Ndani ya studio niko naye rafiki yangu, ndugu yangu. Nitampea nafasi ajitambulishe. Karibu bro.
Asante sana Bwana Matthew. Na nasikia mtaani unaitwa BMW. Nakwambia sasa inamaanisha nini?
Eti BMW.
Yo. Nitakujulisha inamaanisha nini.
Asante.
Okay, kwa majina naitwa Philip Obilo. Mimi ni Mugumoini 001. Ukikuja pale Langata Mugumoini, utanipata pale kama People's Choice. Wananiita Tembo. Ule Mugumoini.
So wewe ndio Tembo wa Mugumoini?
Hakuna tembo mwingine.
Ukisema People's Choice in terms of what?
Sasa pale mimi wananijua kama the MCA mtarajiwa pale. Na niko tayari kuhudumia wana Mugumoini.
Wewe ni MCA mtarajiwa ama acting MCA? Ama bado umempea mwenye yako nafasi afanye mambo yake?
Yule anayehudumu kwa sasa. Ni rafiki wangu wa karibu. Na tulisikizana kwamba nitampa muda ili aoneshe wananchi anaweza fanya nini. Na akilemewa nitachukua usukani.
Asante. Karibu sana Wish.
Karibu. Asante sana.
Bana Philo. Now,
hiyo.
Leo nataka tuzungumzie something of national interest kidogo.
Yes.
Tuko ndani ya broad based government.
Ndio.
Kwa sahi tumeona pale Rais William Ruto na Raila Odinga walisign memorandum of understanding.
Ndio.
Na wakaanza kufanya kazi. And immediately walisign ile kitu ili affect leadership pale National Assembly.
Ndio.
Tukaona kuna wale baadhi ya wale viongozi ambao walikuwa wanaegemea upande wa Mheshimiwa Gachagua walitolewa kwa zile committee. Do you think hii uhusiano kati ya Raila na Ruto ni kwa saa hii tu ama unaona ikienda past 2027?
Uhusiano huu utaniruhusu nichanganye Kiingereza na Kiswahili kidogo.
Haina mambo.
Uhusiano huu
yes.
Naweza sema ni ile ya ku create convenience kwa the current affairs of the country.
Yeah.
Na kama vile Mheshimiwa Raila Odinga aliongea hapo awali kwamba 2027 vitu zita unfold upya. Na ile kitu ambayo wanaunda kwa sasa haitegemei hatima ya kisiasa ya baadaye 2027 ni ya kisasa. So kama itageuka ama itaendelea hivi haitakuwa na umuhimu sana tukizingatia 2027 elections.
Yes.
So
ukisema umuhimu, wacha nikurudishe chini. Umuhimu yeah, in terms of re-election ya President William Ruto ama umuhimu kwa wananchi wa kawaida?
Naweza ipatia pande mbili.
Yes.
Umuhimu kati ya wahusika. Huu ni Raila Odinga na Rais Ruto.
Yes.
Na pia vile vile umuhimu kwa wananchi wa Kenya.
Yeah.
Je, zile swali ambazo unafaa kujiuliza kwa sasa, muungano huu upya wa maelewano, hiyo memorandum of understanding waliotia sahihi.
Yes.
Umuhimu wake kwa wananchi ni gani? Pia ni swali ya kujiuliza kwa sasa. Na endapo itakuwa na ile kitu ambayo tunaita positive feedback.
Yes.
Itakuwa na manufaa kwa wananchi. Kwa sasa hatuwezi jua kama itakuwa na manufaa, manake hata walio teuliwa hawaja resume officially their offices. So hatujui ile ability yao ya kufanya kazi hiko vipi.
But saying kwa wale watu ambayo walioteuliwa,
ndio
tuliona I think this week
ndio
Rais Ruto appointed some new permanent secretaries to different departments and head of departments kwa idara tofauti.
Ndio.
Rais hapo awali alisema ya kwamba atapunguza idadi ya wale watu ambao wanafanya kazi kwa serikali.
Ndio.
Some aswa the executive arm. That is the PSS na the principal secretaries na vitu kama hizo.
Ndio.
But unlike what many were not expected, juzi after the broad-based government maelewano kati yake na Raila, tuliona ali create even more opportunities. Actually he created 7 new posts.
Ndio.
Okay? Na watu hii ni idara zenye hazikuwa zimetengenezwa, na tumeona baadhi ya hizi maidara imeenda kwa wale wanachama wa ndani wa Raila Amolo Odinga.
Ndio.
Je, rais anaongeza burden to the common mwananchi ama jaribu kupunguza? And do you think hizi appointment ambao zenye tuliona majuzi, is it political appointment ama iko na manufaa kwa wananchi? Kwa sababu tumeona wale watu wenye ambao wamepewa vyeo ni wale watu wenye wako karibu sana na hao viongozi.
Ndio.
Is it just something to massage our political ego ama ni wanazingatia ile masuala ya wananchi wa kawaida?
Kama vile nimekueleza hapa awali ni kwamba muungano huu ama haya makubaliano yana sura mbili. Sura ya kwanza ni ku create ile convenience for the two heads. Hiyo ni Raila Odinga na William Ruto. Kumbuka ni muhimu tuelewe kwamba wewe kama kiongozi ama wewe kama rais, kuna wale ambao tunaita technocrats ambao wako kando yako. Hauwezi fanikisha jambo lolote pasipo na top notch technocrats. Wale ambao wanakuadvise, wale ambao wanakuambia ground inasema nini, shida iko wapi na priority ni gani, ni shida gani tunaweza suluhisha ya kwanza, mengine ya kingoja. Maana yake hatuwezi suluhisha shida zote kwa wakati moja. Sasa unapokuwa na ile team ambayo inakupatia the right information about the ground, the right information about what should be done first, second and the last one, which will be now least when it comes to prioritizing. So the two teams now coming together, the Raila Odinga team and the Ruto team. Now you have realized that the Gachagua camp are now being dropped one by one. It is because that when Gachagua was the deputy president, he had his people that he came with. Because you can remember when he was talking about the shares. This thing was true, it was real. There was shares. So if your head is no longer there, then the body probably cannot be there.
Cannot function properly.
Cannot function. Now this now brings my point why Raila Odinga is now coming with his team. So that now brings the question of is it now conveniencing Raila or Kenyans? First of all, what we should understand is that when Raila comes there, he must come with his people. Are you together? That will help them to accomplish or to implement whatever agreement that is there between Raila and Ruto. You understand? So that whatever they have for Kenyans, you remember Raila Odinga came with the 10 agendas.
Yes.
Before that is included in the memorandum, isn't it? So these 10-point agendas cannot come into place minus his people that he is now coming up with in the recent nominees in this broad-based. So if I come, I must come with my team that will be working for me to ensure that the 10-point agenda have taken place effectively. So it is a matter of how effective will this team be.
But let me ask you one thing.
Yes.
You are a leader.
Yes.
An aspiring MCA.
Yes.
Pale Mugumoini.
Ndio.
From where you sit, do you see this 10-point agenda being implemented ama zilikuwa tu zile za kupunguza watu machozi?
Yeah, I've gone through those points.
Kwa sababu when Raila decided to work with President William Ruto,
yes,
many people were not happy with it.
Very true.
And kuna wale watu walikuwa naona ya kwamba ni kama Raila have betrayed their trust.
Yes.
Now they come up with the 10-point agendas.
Yes.
Do you think this was just for the sake, wacha tuambie watu ndio watulie, tuendelee na mambo yetu, also putting into account the current appointment yenye tuli witness majuzi?
Yes.
Ama do you see them being implemented?
I can see it in this manner.
Yes.
When Raila Odinga came with the 10 points agenda, remember he sat down with the technocrats.
Yeah.
The people that suggested these things, it is not Raila Odinga as a person. It is the people around him. You remember Raila Odinga went around to do consultation. Some people politicized this consultation. and the report that most of them came up with was not the correct points or the correct conclusion regarding the consultation. Remember, this consultation was taking place among the leaders around where he visited, and he was hearing from them, and those leaders represents the people in those regions. So the points, this 10 points agenda came as a result of those consultations. You understand?
Yeah.
So now the question, if these points will be implemented or not, it is another important question altogether. But this is how I see it.
Yeah.
If at all these 10 points will not be met, Raila Odinga will have a reason to say that he might not support Ruto in the coming election.
Yeah.
Because right now people know that there are 10 points agenda that should be implemented before 2027. Are you together? So if these points will be met fully, then Raila Odinga can now say confidently that I'm going to support Ruto in the re-election to come, because if this 10 points agenda he has managed to implement or to make them to come into place, then we can trust him going forward.
Okay.
Yes.
So this point, like, imeweka Raila kwa mitego, tuseme hivyo. Kwa sababu kama tuseme haitaenda venye wananchi wanatarajia,
yes,
tutasema hata kwenda huko hatujaona faida.
Now it is not Raila kwa mitego, it is now Ruto. Because Raila, I can say that is just a civilian, as far as I know, and as far as the law of Kenya stands, it doesn't place him anywhere legally, in terms of maybe being in executive or anywhere in the government.
Yes.
So the person to lose here is Ruto if those 10 points will not be met, because that is like a litmus test. Can you implement these 10 points before we support you in 2027? It is a matter of time. If we will manage to implement 10 points, then we shall vote for him, because what Raila Odinga says, like people of Mugumoini, is what we follow. We have a leader who leads us. We cannot go against what Raila Odinga is saying. We have a
even if whatever he's saying is not good for the wananchi, you have to follow it.
What I can say in terms of if it is good or bad is that majority of things that he has been saying have been good. So we can give him benefit of doubt.
So at least, okay.
Yes.
We give him the benefit of doubt.
Yes.
Now, Owino.
Yes.
Kutoka kwa Raila na kujiunga na serikali.
Ndio.
Unaonaje upinzani? Is it still vibrant?
No, there is no opposition. I think it is high time that people should occupy the opposition seat, because it is vacant as we speak.
But si tuko na Rigathi Gachagua, Kalonzo Musyoka?
Regarding Gachagua, I think they are going to give a testimony of how hard it is to be an opposition.
Yes.
And it is now that they are going to recognize Raila Odinga as the political enigma of Kenya.
Yes.
Because those people, they don't know how tear gas tastes. They have never had any irritation on their eyes. Maybe when they are cutting onions is when they can shed tears.
Yeah. But not as a result of tear gas.
Not as a result of tear gas.
But Kalonzo have been tear gassed quite a number of times.
Where? Kalonzo Musyoka have been on the top of the vehicle, and upon immediately the police fires tear gas, he normally sings from his rooftop vehicle. He has never encountered any kind of tear gas.
But Owino kidogo.
Yes.
This is a guy who have supported Raila for a record 3 times. Akasema wacha Raila atosha.
Yes. Mara tatu.
This guy have stood with Raila.
Yes.
Even during demonstration.
Yes.
Why then do you want to say now ajaonja tear gas?
Ajaonja tear gas. What I can say regarding the 3 times he has supported Raila Odinga. I think Kalonzo Musyoka has been going through a mentorship program for those 3 times he has supported Raila Odinga. he has been going a process of learning, a process of being a formidable opposition leader.
A formidable opposition, not a formidable presidential candidate.
No. First of all, you must be in opposition first. First of all, you must be in opposition first. Remember, even Uhuru Kenyatta, Ruto. These are the people that have been in opposition for them to be president. So he must first learn how to be a formidable opposition, an opposition leader that can stand up and bargain for himself and for his people.
But don't you think, even as such,
Yes.
even as such,
Yes.
don't you think for Raila Amolo Odinga to agree
Yes.
on his party ODM to agree to work with the UDA party or the Kenya Kwanza government,
Yes.
sound like a betrayal to Kalonzo, who have stood with Raila through all this time? Don't you think it could be better if Raila now, even if at
Yes.
all, he might not try to vie, and even if at all he was to support someone else, don't you think it could have been better if he could have thrown his weight behind Kalonzo Musyoka, who has done that?
To throw his weight behind Kalonzo Musyoka to become the president? Is that what you mean?
Yes.
That one I can term it as a mediocre of the highest order.
But this guy, but when Kalonzo was supporting Raila, it was not a mediocre.
Yes, it was.
Why then now that it's become a mediocre when it's Kalonzo's turn?
It comes as a mediocre because Kalonzo only wants to ride on a silver plate. Are you together?
Yeah.
He just wants some smooth running of events. He doesn't want to engage himself in running battles, in tear gas, and that is what makes Raila Odinga to become a formidable opposition leader. Are you together?
Yes.
He can pull out a crowd. He can demonstrate with people, not to send people to demonstrate. At his age, Raila Odinga has been tear gassed at his age of 80, and to add insult to the injury, his vehicle was shot. Had it not been that the vehicle has bulletproof, I'm telling you, we could have been having a different story altogether. Are you together? But in that scenario, who told Kalonzo not to go? Nobody told Kalonzo not to go. He was choosing. Where do we think this thing can be more hostile? So he was gauging. I can go to with Raila today. Then in Kibera, no. In Madare, no. In Pipeline, no. Are you together? So he's someone who is testing waters. But Raila Odinga has no time to test waters. He will enter, whether it is deep or shallow. So that is the kind of leader that Kenya wants. And that's why Raila Odinga can bargain outside government. Yes. So can you imagine now that maybe he is the president? Opposition in Kenya will be no. It will be.
There will be no position.
It will go to extinct. Let me say like that. It will be an extinct position. Even if someone else comes there afterwards, he cannot come with the vigor and the energy and the influence of Raila Odinga. He has taken all the future opposition strength. Even in his death, we cannot find an opposition leader like Raila Odinga, who in Kenya stands in a position of a civilian and bargains for his people. That character is rare. Are you together? And that character, after Raila Odinga, it is going to be an extinct one. Maybe if I mention Babu Owino, he has that. But he needs to learn the steps.
You still have a long way to go.
He has a long way to go, but he's taking the right direction. Even if people say that this guy is fighting Raila Odinga, that is the right direction.
Yeah.
Babu is taking. Because for Raila to come this, he had even to defy his own dad.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, we'll talk about that on another day.
No problem.
But now talking of Raila,
yes,
and Ruto, you don't see Kalonzo Musyoka as a formidable presidential candidate.
Yes, I still
Are you trying to say that Ruto might be re-elected, or do you see Ruto re-election as the president in 2027?
Okay. Ruto has two options.
Yes.
Not option two, one option. To actualize the 10 points agenda that Raila Odinga put on the table. That is where the bargaining grounds on are together. So if Ruto will accomplish the 10 points agenda, which is not Raila Odinga's agenda, it is the Kenyan agenda, because I've gone through them. Now, Raila Odinga will not have any other thing to do rather than supporting Ruto. Are you together? So if Raila says Ruto tosha, no one can come and say otherwise. And if they say otherwise, it will not have any effect. It will be like a drop in the ocean. Are you together? So definitely Ruto has the decision on his hands whether he will be re-elected or not, because Raila Odinga cannot just go there blindly that I'm going to support you come 2027, because he knows Ruto. He has mentored Ruto at some point in his political career, so he knows Ruto. And one thing that maybe I will assure you is that if Ruto implements the 10 points agenda, he will become the president of the Republic of Kenya for the second time.
But remember, in 2022,
yes,
the majority of vote for President William Ruto came from Mount Kenya region.
Very true.
And as we can see today, the impeached Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua is doing everything possible within his powers to ensure that Ruto does not get the Mount Kenya's vote as it does in 2022. Don't you think this will possibly affect the re-election of Ruto, even if Raila decided to support him or implement the 10-point agenda you are talking about?
Yes, I will say it plainly.
Yeah.
I will say it plainly without contradicting myself or having any fear. Is that Gachagua placing himself as Mount Kenya leader, that is a fallacy. And it is I don't know how I can term it, but it is a total fantasy. Rigathi Gachagua does not have any capacity to become Mount Kenya leader or someone who will be giving Mount Kenya people direction. Being the DP for 2 years or 3 doesn't guarantee him to become the Mount Kenya kingpin. He is far away from that. Are you together? Though I understand that Mount Kenya people, they normally create their leader out of crisis. I understand that. But it cannot be Rigathi Gachagua. Maybe someone else. Remember right now, we have some Mount Kenya leaders who are just silent. They are just waiting for their time to rise. Are you together? They are waiting for the clock to tick. We have the likes of Uhuru Kenyatta. We have the likes of Kina Maina Jenga. We have the likes of Kina Peter Kenneth. Are you together? And also Martha Karua, she's still 50-50. She hasn't made up her mind if she will support anybody or she will be on the ballot. Yeah. That's another factor to juggle on. But what I can tell you is that right now, people see Rigathi like a kingpin who can influence the votes from Mount Kenya, so that people decide if they vote for Ruto or not. I can tell you without fear that there are some other powerful minds that are yet to come to show people the right direction.
So you still believe that Ruto might still get votes?
He will, even though not a bigger percentage, but probably he will. He will, yes. Because what I normally believe and what I normally say, unless otherwise or things change, is that a presidential vote is not like gubernatorial votes or an MP vote or an MCA for that matter. Presidential vote can be influenced from a very high level point that even if you don't want to vote for him, you can find yourself voting for him. Yes, and that is the Kenya we live in.
Yeah.
And I cannot dispute that point. It still stands.
Neno lako la mwisho kwa wana Mugumoini.
Neno langu la mwisho kwa wana Mugumoini ni kwamba katika ward yetu tukufu la Mugumoini tuko imara, tuko nyuma ya baba. Na Kenya baba atasema hivyo ndio mimi nitafanya. ama hivyo ndio mimi nitafuata na tupatane pale. Poleni sana mlipoteza youth leader kutoka pale Bangladesh, Kamau. Tulimpumzisha vizuri. Nashukuru kwa wale ambao walisimama na sisi katika kijiji la Bangladesh kuchanga na pia katika ile mazishi. Tunakuja 2027 very strong. We want to fight for our position as youths. We want to ensure that we make opportunities by ourselves. Hatungoji mtu kutuambia nitafanya, nitatenda, nitafanya nini. We want to come together, we discuss our way out na pia we come out with solution to our problems. Mimi nadhani wana Mugumoini wamesikia hiyo. Na kabla sijamalizia BMW.
Ulisema hii BMW lazima useme.
Inamaanisha Bwana Wesonga Matthew. BMW.
Nice one. Hiyo nimekubali. Hiyo nimekubali.
Sasa ukisikia mtaa huko BMW, alafu pia wanasema unaenda mbio sana ati ukionekana ile kona wakitokelezea hivi umepotea.
Nitapunguza speed.
Jama ni machine.
Nitapunguza speed. Asante sana guys, that was it for today. This is Inside Media. I'm Wesonga Matthew. Till next time, bye bye.